Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be covering Joan of Arc, the new war spirit that's finally arrived to Heroes of the Crown. So let's just jump over to the Reddit post that they provided with us to get a brief overview of what to expect from this war spirit. So looking here, this guide you can find on Reddit. You can also go to the Discord and there'll be a link there as well. The default, the unawakened preview, the key features for Joan of Arc at this default stage would be Holy here. When using hero skills to cause cumulative damage equal to 100% of your max HP, add 1 layer of Holy Heart to yourself, which completely resists the next rage damage, stacking up to 3 times. This is highly effective against high damage single attack heroes, but there are drawbacks to this ability, such as that it can only be applied to the user and requires a certain amount of damage dealt to activate it. So you can't just throw it on a weak support, someone that's not going to do enough damage. The damage is equal to 100% of your max HP, so you need someone that kind of smacks, right? So support heroes such as Selene and Hecate cannot benefit from it. Obviously, Hecate, I can't pronounce, doesn't even hit anyone. She just latches onto your team. So we recommend you equip it to your sub DPS like Ling or Ghost Lord. Ghost Lord does hit real hard, but Ling everyone should have access to and should definitely be on your team. Pairs really well with many teams, and I'll be doing a future video on her a little bit more in depth. And obviously they have a lot of stuff about the awakened abilities, and right now in the value shop you can get half the awakening for her. And we can just briefly go over the first effect. When the hero uses a rage attack, they gain morale. Consuming morale triggers awakened Joan of Arc's co-battle attack up to 6 times per round. The base damage is 150% plus 10% of the HP. And effect 2, after the war spirit's co-battle, a random hit target gains 1 stack of God's Forsake. And God Forsake primarily reduces the rage recovery rate, and at 5 stack it reduces rage recovery by 50%, restricting most of the enemy Fiona's rage restoration effects. However, Hecate's Divinity plus 5 resurrection full rage recovery is unaffected. So obviously if they're using Hecate with Fiona and Hecate's Divinity plus 5, it's going to be, kind of bypassing that effect. And they put an important note here: since Ling's attacks easily lock onto enemy Fiona, Ling can rapidly activate this through consecutive rage attacks, quickly stacking multiple layers of rage reduction, limiting the enemy's DPS output. Main important thing here to point out is that you have to be going first for it to really be beneficial. Obviously, this is still going to be a speed race, but it's really nice to see that, another way of potentially, locking down the enemy Fiona. If you go first, maybe you're not strong enough, but you're fast enough to kind of slow them down from maybe one-shotting your whole team. And I'm not going to read through all the Awaken plus 1, plus 3. Those are definitely going to be for spenders, and I highly recommend coming here just to read what you're going to expect to get. As a quick preview, though, if you do go all the way on fully Awaken plus 5, you can stun the whole team. It's a 30% chance with those 6 procs that you get each round. I think they highlight that there's a good chance that you can lead to 4+ successful stuns per turn. So 12-star spirit attacks, yeah. I'm not going to be seeing that anytime soon, but just want to point that out there if you're interested in stunning the whole enemy team. So for here, the recommended investment, it's kind of weird that they put for default it's not recommended at all. But once you get it to Awaken plus 1, it goes to 3 stars. So it looks like that if you're planning on going for this war spirit, that you're going to definitely want to invest to at least Awaken plus 1, which is going to require 6 of those Awaken chests, 4 just to Awaken and then to get the plus 1. So let's swap back to the game here and do our pulls. I actually am kind of shy a few diamonds. We're 25 till Mercy from last time I had done my free pull, and we only have enough for 23 pulls. So let's see if we can get lucky. We'll start off with 20, and then we'll do the single pops. I'm probably going to do all the pulls anyways to get Mercy down now that there's a new war spirit. And what we should do is check to see if she's available in the flywheel shop as well. But I doubt she will be. Ooh, double of these, that's pretty good. We'll take those. But I want to get the War Spirit early, and we're probably not. So ironically, I might have to jump back in a minute to the next day if we don't have any crazy luck here. Maybe we get on these few single pulls before. And we're back. We got enough diamonds doing some events. So let's grab the last two required to grab the War Spirit here. Can we get it early one before? Not today, but we're guaranteed here. And bam, the new War Spirit. And we kind of already went through the full kit. The very base form, it's very minimal. You're just going to get, after attacking or being attacked, you'll gain 30 points of spiritual power. Activating Glory can increase the amount obtained up to 60 points / a time. When you have accumulated 180 points of spiritual power, you will consume all of your spiritual power, calling the gods and calling the spirits, which lasts 3 turns. The skill cooldown is 6 turns. And you'll gain the effects, gain 30% rage damage increase, 30% group damage reduction, 30% single target damage reduction, and then effect 2 when you're using hero skills to cause cumulative damage equals to 100% of your maximum health. The cumulative value is halved during group attacks. Add 1 layer of Holy Heart to yourself, which will completely resist the next rage damage stacked up to 3 times. Lasts until the end of battle. So until you get her to be, a couple stars, it takes a little bit longer to actually get the War Spirit to pop out. I'm sure you're familiar with that from other War Spirits. So let's jump into the War Spirit itself a little bit more. We're going to be sticking it on Ling because that is the recommended hero, and that is kind of the War Spirit that's built around this type of hero being a secondary damage / support. So let's replace with Joan of Arc. And let's go in the growth section here and look at, see if can you contract this hero? So unlike Margaret, this one does not have the option of contracting. Remember to obviously grab your 1,000 diamonds. That's nice that they kept this going. I was hoping we'd be able to contract and link it with one of the other ones, but unfortunately not. But we do have this, which requires, I think it's 6 of these, so don't forget to do this as well. Obviously, just a little bit extra stats. So let's quickly get that done. And then once you have this unlocked, it unlocks the second page, which gives you even more stats. I still don't have even close to max on my Johan, my main damage dealer. So it's going to be a while for me to really looking into, the benefit of working towards another hero. They all do about the same stuff where you just get extra stats, more damage reduction, more health. Really great, but obviously requires a ton of investment. So who will I actually be replacing? So if you're in the same boat as me or around the same boat, you'll have War Spirits across them all. And I'm thinking I'm going to be getting rid of Hodel. Let me see any other ones I have right here. Maybe Marcus will be the one I want to remove. Activates Beast Protection before. Gain 30% AoE damage reduction. What does Hodel do? I think he's like an assassin one. After attacking, you'll gain 30% damage effect, including combo, counter attack, rune storm, glory attack, etc. And when you gain a total of 100, you will damage increase all the spirit evocations to accumulate calling last turn. During the calling of spirit evocation period, the hero who has been attached to the body will be granted a variable bonus effects. So just a bunch of different damage effects for that hero. So I'm going to be replacing Hodel. I don't really need the damage. None of my heroes are going to smack except my damage dealer. So I think this will be the one. We'll hit the growth. We'll make sure we reset this one real quick. And did I never collect the lore on this one either? So make sure you're going in and collecting the lore on all your other heroes. So clearly I must have grabbed that, forgot to go in there. But hey, another 1,000 diamonds. That's really nice. And we're going to stick Margaret on there. With Margaret, we do have the ability of contracting heroes that have not been awakened to war spirits. So it's in this section right here. And right now we have contracted Isis, which is nice for actually Suth. So let's hop back over. We'll do a couple levels on into the War Spirit. Where is she? Here she is. Joan of Arc. I'll have to try and remember the name. It's going to be a while for me to be able to rank this one up with the Ascension. And you can just click and hold, which I forgot to do almost a second ago, to save yourself spamming clicking. And not going to be too high of a level. 48, not bad. That's just stats, though. And to get her up to, this the +1, it's going to be 50 extra. And of course, the Awakening is the big form. That's what we're going to want to get, where you gain the extra attacks from when you actually join into attack, doing more damage. Let's just jump over to the event tab as well, just to point out. It was in here. Just to point out the value sale. This Awakened Soul, if you can afford it before the end, probably definitely worth going for if you have any interest in going for, I guess it's Jean. She does require, according to the Reddit post and from what I've read, seems like you're going to want to have her awakened. So this will get you halfway there. So the next time one of these events come around where you can buy it with the diamonds, you'll be able to get it. If you don't grab it now, or if you can only grab one, it's going to obviously delay you. But I'm probably going to try and go for at least one of these chests, if not two, before the end. I have to really think about it. It's going to be tough because next week, at the end of this, is going to be the artifact event. Fortunately, I've done all my pulls with diamonds from the actual hero event. And if you're wondering what to prioritize, I would go with the hero first and then the war spirit, potentially. It's really tough free to play. If you are a light spender, though, and you can pick up some of those diamonds, obviously go for everything you can, right? And here, I wonder if this is a bug. I need to get confirmation. Once you already have a max out, you're not able to get any more here. But if you had extra, they would convert into a different resource. So it's kind of a shame. So if you don't have this max out, obviously grab it. Otherwise, I'm grabbing the Elemental Crystal, the Soul Seal, and then I'm probably going to work on whichever one of these I have less of. So 24 and 35. So I'll probably scoop these up first. So let's jump into this fight right here. Let's see if we can actually see the effect, the War Spirit in action, right? We'll slow it down to just the ×1. And let's check it out. Obviously, it's going to take a lot longer. The blue bar will be the indicator once we start seeing it pop up. The only one that starts with it is my Johan because I have it, I think, +3. And there we go. As you see, everyone's releasing. There we go. We did get a buff, but not sure if it does anything extra fancy here. Sacred Heart. So we do have the Sacred Heart here. Completely blocks the next rage damage received. Lasts until the end of battle. It says cannot be stacked, but it said in the tooltip could stack 3 times. So that's kind of interesting. Cannot be stacked, but stacks 3 times if we misread it. Let's double check that in a second. We'll skip ahead. New record for me. Got back into the top 10. If we check out the stats here, doing a little bit more damage now. She's 9-star. Let me jump back into the War Spirit. Make sure we're fully understanding it. 1 layer of Holy Heart to yourself. Completely resist the next rage attack up to 3 times. So maybe it's just 1 stack that lasts up to 3 hits before it gets removed. You would think they would let it stack up to 3 so you can get a better indicator, but doesn't seem that way. So no fancy animation yet. Once we have her awakened, I know for sure, but that won't be for a while before I can do the animation. For my new PvP team, just so you have a heads up, running this team right here. It's going to be Suth, Moon Fairy, and then I swapped out my DK with Ling. So I got Ling, Aurora, and of course Fiona. And it's not too bad. Obviously, Fiona's like the only one awakened divinity. I think I have Suth awakened +5 right now as well. So I'm probably going to transfer that over. I want to get the Aurora to +7, but I need to get her to 12 stars. So I'll need 4 more copies of her, which is such a shame. I should have maybe pushed a little bit harder to get extra copies. Excuse me. But, can't go back in time. Just to jump in real quick with the Magic Rift, in case you're wondering, I'm still struggling a bit on that. Waiting to get some more power ups. I'm on floor, I think 101, 100. There are some pretty good rewards here, but does not allow you to get the new War Spirit, unfortunately. In these other rewards section, if you can place higher, you do get the option. Once again, if you can place top 50, it gives you between the option of going for these War Spirit shards or the Soul Necklace. If you can get the Soul Necklace, I would 100% go for it. If these events keep cycling through and they keep giving us shards, eventually be able to max it out. It's just going to be more speed for your whole team. But it is a shame you can't get the new War Spirit here. And not even for our first place. Just to point that out. And the team I've been running, I still have to mess around, but I've been able to climb up to floor 100 using Ghost and Feather to try and just tank the first hit. I'll show you what I mean. So they're at this point doing a giant damage to start. And so this one's definitely going to fail because it procced both Ghost and Feathers passive off the bat. And everyone's glowing with the Ghost passive. So they're going to die guaranteed within 3 turns. But there are times where if you keep running it enough times, you'll only see the Feather proc because it maybe doesn't crit. And the team just barely lives. Not in that case. Let's see if we can actually see it happen. I have seen before, but was still not able to clear through. So you can see Fiona didn't proc the Ghost passive yet, so she'll last a lot longer now that she hasn't. She still needs to get hit hard enough to proc that. And so this is what I've been trying to do to climb up. Let me know in the comments if you've had a better strategy. And there we go. We were able to get through 102 with this. So I'll mess around in the background trying to see just push further. But now that I cleared through that last stage, that one seemed to be harder because they had the Reviver that revived people even right away. Ninetales, I believe, Heaven Ninetales. She does that. So floors with her are a little bit harder, or anyone that just quickly picks up heroes. So I'll be able to climb a little bit further. But please let me know in the comments what team you're running to try and progress. I know it's going to be really competitive once I get up to the final boss. As you can see, the damage is quite ridiculous, and I know I'm not going to come anywhere close, but I'm going to hope for that top 20. I think I slid in number 20 last time, so we'll try and work towards that again. And I'll end it here for now. I'll jump back in a few days, definitely covering the Mortal Realm. And I will also come back talking about the Magic Rift and if there's any different teams I've been using or what I'm trying to do on the actual Abyss trial for the boss here. As always, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And have a wonderful day. Take care.